the Coyote Twin, Vermilion's downtown theater. Providing entertainment Thursdays through Sundays.
Tonight, a local organization is helping students with their taxes.
We'll have that and more coming up. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Welcome to Coyote News. I'm Sydney Colin.
And I'm Kylie Moore. We will hear from SGA's newly elected president, but first, over the weekend, residents of Vermilion and its surrounding communities gathered for a No Kings protest. Protesters were campaigning for the end of wars, an abolishment of ICE, and the removal of power for President Donald Trump. The protest circled around Cherry Street and ended at the Plots, where they voiced their concerns and informed those in attendance on how to register to vote, so their voices are heard during the midterm elections.
Tax season can be stressful, especially for those filing for the first time. United Way of Vermilion has partnered with local law students to make this process easier. The Volunteer Income Tax Assistant Program, or VITA, offers free tax help to people who make $70,000 or less. Executive Director Kelly Collier-Wise says this program allows students to earn course credit while also gaining experience.
We get a lot of benefit because they tend to be mature, they know a little bit about taxes, and then they get benefit because they're prepared better for being lawyers in the future.
Unlike many other tax services, this program is completely free, meaning more money goes back into filers' pockets. The program runs until April 15th. Anyone interested in making an appointment should call United Way.
Xcel Energy customers in South Dakota will get a refund based on a nuclear energy tax credit. The company is providing refunds because of the federal tax credits applied to the use of the company's nuclear plants. Those plants account for 27% of the electricity used by customers across Xcel Energy's 5-state system. The average refund will be $2.26 per month over 10 months.
Nationally tonight, AAA has announced that average gas prices in the U.S. have risen over $4 per gallon for the first time since 2022. Analysts say that the war with Iran has pushed oil and gas prices up. Experts are also saying that the price of oil is having a negative impact on the housing market, with the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate rising over 6.3% last week.
Former Homeland Security Secretary and South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is in the news tonight after a report was published by the Daily Mail. The report showed Noem's husband, Brian, dressed in women's clothing. Brian also reportedly paid $25,000 to chat with models online. Noem has reportedly been blindsided by this news.
The Student Government Association, or SGA, recently welcomed a new lineup of senators and executive team members. Abby Lineman is the new president and shared several goals for the upcoming term, including rewriting the USD Safe Rides grant, as well as beginning the Student Organization Success Fund.
I'm hoping throughout my term I can help make all the students at USD know what SGA is and let them know that we're here for them. I hope that USD's campus sees a lot more of us at events and here to talk and help in whatever way students need.
In addition to these initiatives, Lineman hopes to better inform the student body about the resources available through both SGA and the university. SGA meetings take place every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock in the Al Newharth Media Center. They are open to the public.
One local organization spent their spring break traveling to different states for service. Coyote News' Mohammed is live in the muck with more. Mohammed.
Thank you, Kylie. I'm here with Emma Schnerstein, who is the president of AWOL. Emma, thank you so much for joining us. Could you tell us a little bit of what AWOL stands for?
Yeah, so AWOL stands for Alternative Way of Learning. We're the primary service learning organization on campus. There's like the program side and the student org side. So the student org side is like our executive board, our committees, and then like our fun all-member and volunteer meetings. And then the programming side is all the weekend break trips we send out, as well as our early freshman year move-in program.
And Emma, what type of activities do you guys do with your members in AWOL?
So if you're talking about the more like student org side, we have all member meetings every other week. One of them is more of a fun meeting to get to know each other, to build teams, to help the freshmen get to know upperclassmen. These are things like fun painting nights or like walks in the park, different things like that. And then we also do volunteer meetings every other every other week, and those are like cleaning up a park. We make blankets for the Humane Society or dog toys out of old shirts, different things like that to just help the Vermilion, Yankton, Sioux City communities.
And AWOL was very busy during spring break. Could you tell us a little bit about what they did? Some trips they went on, I heard. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So my favorite part of AWOL is our break trips. They're once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. You get to travel someplace for a low price and volunteer for an entire week straight. So we actually had 2 breaks go out over spring break that each had 10 participants. These break trips went to Kansas City, Missouri, and Houston, Texas, and they focused on maternal health care as well as disability awareness. So 2 kind of different social issues, but very impactful things to the communities they were in. They volunteered with different food banks in different parades, just helping to make as much impact as they could. And each of them left with over 30 volunteer hours for each participant on the trip.
And last question, can you tell us a little bit about your favorite moment with AWOL? What has been the standout moment for you?
Yeah, I actually moved in early to USD with AWOL my freshman year of college with the New York's Community Engagement Program. And during that week, I met my best friends who are now my roommates and the people I serve on executive board with. And I think my favorite moment was Thursday on the Plots together. That's a big Vermilion community event, and it really just showed me how much Vermilion loves USD and USD contributes to Vermilion. And that really contributed a lot to like who I've become as a person and a leader at USD.
Thank you so much, Emma. Live from the muck, I'm Mohammed.
Thanks, Mohammed. AWOL will be partnering with the Environmental Club on Tuesday to clean up around campus.
Earlier this week, the Vermilion Cultural Association, along with the Coyote Twin Theater, hosted the annual Fools 48 Film Festival. This year, 13 teams attempted the challenge of creating a short film in only 2 days. Each team was randomly assigned a genre of film, spanning dramas and thrillers to comedies and heist films. IWB won the Best Student Film, Closer to Fine won Best Townie Film, and Team Venture won the People's Choice. After the break, we'll take a look at USD's yearly Jazz Festival. You're watching Coyote News.
Margaret Cottle is a USD psychology major with a minor in arts and health.
I like that I can combine both psychology and art and study 2 things that I love. I get a lot of satisfaction out of using non-medical treatments such as art to promote people's wellness and provide therapeutic activities for people. I like watching Coyote News because I feel like it's very authentic and it keeps me up to date of what's going on around campus. I really enjoy the live Q&As and those kind of fun little looks into student life.
This is Coyote News.
High school music groups have long developed marching bands and jazz ensembles, but a unique high school band visited campus recently. The Reyes del Oeste Mariachi Ensemble played for an audience at the National Music Museum on Saturday. The high school band from Denison, Iowa, was formed to celebrate that community's Latino heritage. Seeking to introduce their audiences to mariachi music and Mexican culture, the students perform at community and sporting events throughout the region. The Reyes del Oeste Ensemble is one of the 3 mariachi bands within the Denison school system. The music department in the Fine Arts Building shifted from college education to high school competition for USD's Jazz Fest. Last Tuesday's event allowed high schoolers from across South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska to compete in front of judges for the chance to win and receive professional feedback. Dr. Christopher Coker is the jazz professor in the music department and the head organizer for Jazz Fest.
It also has the benefit of recruiting, getting high school students here on campus. Hopefully some of them see the campus, like the campus. They may hear the USD Jazz Ensemble perform or the USD Vocal Jazz Group perform.
Of the award highlights include Pender, Kingsley Pearson, Okoboji, Yankton, and Aberdeen winning in the jazz ensemble divisions. In the vocal jazz divisions, the winners were Stanton, Sibley Ochaden, Madison, and T.
Local students built connections by teaming up and exploring campus. The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity hosted a scavenger hunt with Big Pal, Little Pal members. Different stations were set up for the older students to accompany the younger students too.
A connection to where they feel like they're involved with the community, involved with older, and just teaching them how to become fun and just being interactive with other people around them. It's a fun event The kids get to be around the older children. One day they're going to be here, hopefully in college. So it just brings them to an environment. Hopefully they'll be here in the future.
Organizers say they hope to host another scavenger hunt in the upcoming fall semester.
Right now, the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity is hosting their yearly fundraiser, Pikes in the Park. Hex Barbecue is on the menu. Plates are $5 with all money raised going to cure kids' cancer. Pikes in the Park is going on right now at the Pi Kappa Alpha House. It ends at 7 o'clock.
One department new to USD is focusing on professional development. Coyote News' Mohammed is back in the muck to hear from someone involved. Mohammed.
Thank you, Sydney. I'm here with Ali Hagar, who is a graduate assistant for the Center for Career Design. Ali, thank you so much for joining us. So the career design is a pretty new thing this year. Could you tell us a little bit about what you guys do and what your function is?
Yeah, of course. We offer career courses, workshops, and then one-on-one career coaching, anything from resume help, cover letter help, to looking for internship and job searching.
And what's been some of the events or things that you guys have done this year for the first year that you've been established?
Yeah, we put on career fairs for the students, and we bring employers in to kind of get to know students.
And what's been your personal experience with the Center for Career Design?
I love it. I love that I get the chance to work with fellow peers and help them with career searching.
And how can a student find the Center for Career Design? Where can they go to find you guys?
Yeah, we're located just in the muck. We have career coaching available for walk-ins from 11 to 2 on Fridays. But other than that, you can just make an appointment on Coyote Connections.
Thank you so much, Ali.
Thank you.
Live from the muck, I'm Mohammed.
Thanks, Mohammed. Again, if you're looking for the Career Design office, it is right across from the SGA office in the muck.
This Friday would be conservationist Jane Goodall's 92nd birthday. Goodall passed away last fall and was most known for her research on primates and their habitats. There will be a discussion on her life and accomplishments from 10 to 11 this Friday at the Vermilion Public Library. Attendance is free.
This weekend is Easter, and the Coyote Twin Theater has their own way of celebrating. The day after Easter, the theater will be showing the 1973 rock opera Jesus Christ Superstar. The showing is at 7 Monday evening, and admission is free.
One of the most famous Easter traditions is an egg hunt. On Saturday morning, there will be multiple options for egg hunts here in Vermilion. Hillside Community Church is hosting a hunt at Prentice Park. This also will include face painting and bounce houses. On the northwest side of Prentice Park, local law enforcement will also be holding their own egg hunt. Both events begin at 10 on Saturday morning.
This weekend will be the National Music Museum's Discovery Saturday for April. Alongside with getting a discount on family passes, visitors can also enjoy activities themed around Easter, as well as the 250th anniversary of the United States. The museum will be open from 10 to 4 this Saturday.
Next on Coyote Sports, women's basketball competes in the WNIT.
And women's tennis picks up their first win in Summit League play.
This is Coyote News.
3 different Coyote athletes earned Peak Performer honors. This is Coyote Sports. I'm Nadia Castillo.
And I'm Carter Van Ruler. South Dakota women's basketball won their very first Division I postseason tournament in the WNIT 10 years ago.
The Coyotes aim to repeat this feat as they are playing in the very same tournament this season. Coyote News' Nathan Delaney has more on the tournament.
South Dakota lost in the semifinal of the Summit League tournament earlier in March, but unlike years past, this season has been extended via the WNIT.
I kind of expected us to make the tournament because I thought we had a good conference. We had good conference play and pre-con play, so I wasn't too surprised. I was ready.
After receiving a bye, the Coyotes would be matched up against Northern Colorado in the second round.
The thing about Northern Colorado is there was a ton of stuff that we had to prepare for. They do a lot of different things defensively, run 3, 4, 5 different defenses. So the prep for that one was quite a bit.
The style of Northern Colorado's play would give the Coyotes trouble early as they jumped out to a 9-0 lead. An early Coyote timeout would reverse course as South Dakota won 80-60. The next matchup for the Coyotes would be against the Pepperdine Waves, where the Coyotes would grab control early, scoring the first 14 points as they won 73-57 to punch their ticket to the Grade A. The Coyotes would once again host their next matchup against Montana State.
What's interesting about the WNIT games is you're playing teams that are decently unfamiliar. So especially in the Montana State game, they play such a unique style that I felt like the first quarter, our team really took some time to try to figure out how to attack their defense.
While the first quarter was slow for both sides, the Coyote offense would soon pick up the pace with a Molly Joyce 31-point performance as they grabbed a 65-56 victory.
They had the ball one possession, and it was just like blaring loud, and I was like, you know what, if that was me, bringing down the floor and there's all these fans screaming, I'd be a little discombobulated.
With a bid-based hosting process, South Dakota and Coach Amy held their breath Monday night as they waited for the results of Illinois State versus George Washington.
Our team was actually having a dinner over at our house and watching the game, and it was about halftime, and it came over a message for me and social media kind of at the same time, so our team was super excited to know that they were going to have the opportunity to host another game.
The Coyotes are all on one page as they seek to finish the tournament with 2 wins and a trophy.
Just 2 more. It's 2 more. The message has been to grit it out and grind it out, and I think our team has really taken that to heart.
For Coyote News, I'm Nathan Delaney.
The Coyotes take on Illinois State tonight at 7 in the SCSC with a spot in the WNIT championship on the line.
2 different Coyotes took on the NCAA championships last week. Alex Parkinson competed in the 1650 free, finishing in 28th. Nick Rounds was in the 50 free, finishing 38th, and the 100 back, finishing 39th. In other swim and dive news, 5 different Coyote swimmers were named to the Summit League Academic All-League team.
4 Coyotes competed at the 2026 America's Triathlon Cup Gulfport in Mississippi last week. Chelsea Weber led the way in 15th place with a time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 27 seconds. Coyote News' Alyssa Bott is live in the mug to hear from Weber about her performance in Mississippi. Alyssa?
Thanks, Nadia. I'm here with Chelsea Weber. Chelsea, who you just received First Team Scholar American, correct? So who decides who receives them, and what are the qualifications for that?
I believe the qualifications are based off of GPA for a certain amount of semesters and also your athletic achievements that previous semester.
What is the balance between student athlete and how do you deal with that?
The balance is kind of a lot. It's hard sometimes, but I find it pretty enjoyable because I like to reward myself with my workouts. So if I get my work done, I can work out.
Moving on to the America's Triathlon Cup, what was the atmosphere like before and after you competed?
It was a super enjoyable race. I got to go with all my teammates, and my coach and his family also came, so it was super fun and it was a great environment.
What has your training looked like leading up to the Triathlon Cup?
Yeah, we had a little bit of off season in the fall after our national championships, and then we've been building up since January, and it was great to see all that work pay off.
And the last question, so triathlon is biking, running, and swimming. Which one is your favorite?
All of the above.
Good response. Live from the muck, I'm Alyssa Bott.
Thanks, Alyssa. This was the final race for triathlon this school year.
USD claimed a 5-2 win against Kansas City and Vermilion on Sunday. Kaylee Ditter-Ryans and Cassie Mara started off with a 6-3 win, followed by Selena Bird and Ava Doddridge's 6-1 victory. Anna Medvedeva added another point for the Coyotes in the singles matches, along with Bird, Ditter-Ryans, and Mara. South Dakota will compete on Friday in Kansas. The softball team took on St. Thomas over the weekend in a 3-game series in Minnesota. USD lost their first game 9-0 and won the second game 6-3. The Coyotes lost the final game 4-1. Sarah Iberg led the team in the second game with 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Brooke Carey recorded a solo home run in Game 3. The Coyotes will face Creighton on Tuesday in Omaha.
South Dakota Track and Field kicked off their outdoor season at the Wildcat Classic in Wayne, Nebraska over the weekend. Lillian Allison won the women's discus and set a PR with a throw of 160 feet and 1 inch. Callie Ringsmeyer placed first in the women's 200-meter run at Wayne with a time of 24.69 seconds. Bree Dunn won the women's 400-meter hurdles with a time of 1 minute 3 seconds, as well as placing third in long jump at 17 feet 8 3/4 inches. USD will compete at the Sioux City Relays April 10th and 11th. The Coyote women's soccer team traveled to Drake University on Saturday for their second spring game. USD won the game 1-0. Brooke Conway scored the lone goal. Their next game will be on April 11th in Minnesota.
3 different Coyotes earned Peak Performer of the Week honors for their individual performances last week. In tennis, Selena Bird received the honor for her perfect 2-0 weekend. Delaney Smith received an award for track and field following her runner-up hammer throw. In softball, Brooke Carey had a home run and a .429 batting average, picking up the honor. That's it for Coyote Sports.
When we come back, we ask students to tell us their favorite dad joke. Stay with us.
I made a new friend today. The end.
Every day counts.
Many students miss school and fall behind.
Okay, remember yesterday when we were talking about the bridge to Terabithia? We're going to talk about the setting today.
Missing just a few days can lead to falling behind and always feeling like you're trying to catch back up.
Set in the country, and it has a very conservative...
Regular attendance leads to a better future and better opportunities.
Being in a classroom builds friendships, teamwork, and responsibility.
Show up. Stay engaged. Your future depends on it.
Vermilion Farmers Market welcomes everyone in the community, from shoppers to vendors, nonprofits, and even pets. Each market day features fresh flavors, unique finds, and friendly faces. The vendors offer a wide range of products, including meats, bread, vegetables, and crafts. The market's mission is to support local agriculture by providing access to homegrown goods all year long for the community. Join us on selected Saturdays at the Clay County 4-H Center.
This is Coyote News.
Nearly 12 tons of Kit Kat bars were stolen from Nestle over the weekend. In total, the stolen shipment was around 413,793 candy bars. The thieves have still not been found. However, Kit Kat seems to be taking the incident well, turning the crime into great PR. Joking with fans about the robbery, but reassuring that it was not a prank. For many, Easter comes with chocolate bunnies and Cadbury eggs.
We asked our Instagram followers, what's the best Easter candy?
Now, I really like Reese's eggs, but specifically the white chocolate kind. What about you, Kylie?
Although I do love a Reese's egg, I would have to go with a Cadbury egg. Those are just Easter classic.
Let's see what people had to say. Reese's.
Yes.
That's all. Or follow our Instagram page for more weekly polls.
Today is April Fool's Day, and this has students in a goofy mood.
We asked students, what's your favorite dad joke?
Here's what they had to say.
Best dad joke? I used to hate facial hair. Then it grew on me.
What do you call a dog with no ears? Doesn't matter, it can't hear you.
How does cereal pay its bills? With checks.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Supplies! Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it.
What do you call a fake spaghetti?
What's that?
An impasta.
How does the sun cut his hair? Eclipse it.
Who won the neck decorating contest? It was a tie.
People have always told me that icy is the easiest word to spell. Now that I look at it, I see why.
What kind of shoes do frogs wear? Open-toed sandals.
Do you want to hear a construction joke?
Sure.
I'm still working on it.
What do you call a magic owl? Houdini.
Now, I called my brother before the show and asked him for a joke, so he told me, what do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer.
I would have never expected that. Mine's not too different. The other day I met a magician and he had a really cute dog and the breed was a Labracadabrador.
Hey, what do you call an airplane that does not have an engine?
What?
Useless.
Okay, so I went to the doctor the other day and they asked me what my most reliable feature was, and I said my fingers, because I can count on them.
And that's all for Coyote News.
Pick up the volant for a dive into London's culture and history.
Listen to 91.1 for news updates throughout the week and for coverage of your USD sports.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. Have a great night.